Love and support continue to flood in from around the world for former President Jimmy Carter, who remains at his home in Plains receiving hospice care right now.
And tonight we are hearing from those who work very closely with the president later on in his life. 11 Alive's Joe Ripley spent the day at the Carter Center. And so what's the mood like at the center, on the grounds there?
Yeah, so I got to hear from some of the visitors eager to learn more about former President Carter and his impact on the world as well. So those charged with keeping Carter's legacy alive, both in the Carter Library and the Carter Center itself. They say all of us can play a part in keeping that legacy going. The Carter Center has seen an uptick of messages for former President Jimmy Carter, thousands of them each day, as he continues hospice care in his hometown of Plains. That's according to Paige Alexander, CEO of the Carter Center, the nonprofit President Carter and his wife Rosalind founded after the presidency.
Given that hospice care can last any period of time, the most important thing that we want for him is that he's comfortable and surrounded by love and in the place he wants to be, which is Plains, Georgia.
Alexander says Carter remains engaged in every program, asking questions, all to promote well-being in every person. Dr. Meredith Evans, director of the Carter Presidential Library, is savoring every moment in conversation. She first met the president back in college at Carter's home church. Evans says when the world loses Carter, she will miss his character and love for Rosalind. The two have shared over 70 years of marriage together.
Some wisdom. I think President Carter is always willing to share stories, experience, listen, and provide advice. And I think we'll miss that.
For the man who never fully retired from public service, Alexander says we can all help keep the president's legacy alive and give him the gift he gave everyone else.
Just being a good participant in society and an active citizen. It's what President Carter always did, and it's his legacy that we continue to live for.
And I'm sure those people really treasure that they have known former President Carter, but it really is fortunate for us to have this facility right here in our backyards to be able to learn and share more about the president.
Yeah, some of the people I ran into were there for the very first time, had not really heard about President Carter or his life, legacy, everything the Carter Center has done with elections, eradicating diseases around the world, until really he entered hospice care into his home last weekend. That's when we heard about that. So they're taking this time now to really ingrain themselves in his life and legacy.
So we can continue to push it forward, all of his efforts from Habitat for Humanity or whatever endeavors he was involved in.
That's a great life of service. Yeah. And we're fortunate to still have him among us today.
Yeah. And there you go. Thanks a lot, Joe.